Testing 1, 2. Well, hello. Welcome to Big J Sports Talk. Just my opinion coming to you from Plainfield, Illinois. NBA playoffs still going on. Let's talk about it. Celtics Heat, Warriors Grizzlies. Look at the Celtics game. That was a good game last night. Celtics seem to have gotten things together. Tatum kind of rebounded from the previous game. Take a look at, let me see what happened in the box score. Celtics won 116-108. Won by 8 points. Tatum scored 30, 13 rebounds, 5 of 6. Marcus Smart had 18 points. Jaylen Brown 18, so he came down a little bit. But the guy of the night was Al Horford. Al Horford scored 30 points. And I think they said this is the highest he's ever shot in a playoff game, the highest he's ever scored in a playoff game. That's 30 points. So that's his career high. He shot 11 for 14. Wow, only missed 3 shots. Tatum was 11 for 24, so he's under 50%, but still, he shot 3 for 10 from the 3-point line. Horford was 5 for 7. And what's so interesting to me with Al Horford, that shot, it's almost like a push shot, not a jump shot or anything. He just like, you know, like he's doing a shot put or something. But that thing is pretty accurate. He's and he's actually done that for a while. I remember when he was with the Atlanta Hawks, he used to play the Cavs, and he was able to hit that 3-point shot. So I'm not going to take that away from him, but it was a pretty good game, going back and forth. The series now is tied 2-2. Milwaukee actually started out first quarter. They were up 7 after 1. Then the Boston came back in the second quarter, and then Milwaukee came out in the third quarter, outscored them by 6. But the fourth quarter, what happened in Milwaukee in the fourth quarter? Boston scored 43 points to Milwaukee's 28. Now, granted, Milwaukee is playing without Chris Middleton, so I mean that makes a difference. But I look at the the box score for Milwaukee. We see the Kupo had his usual 30 points. He had 34 points, 18 rebounds. But here's the kicker. He was only 14 for 32, shot 32 times. So he had to shoot a whole bunch just to get that 34. So shot 43.8%. That's not very good from an efficiency standpoint. Didn't get much help from Drew Holiday. Holiday only scored 16 points. Wes Matthews scored 12. Brook Lopez scored 17. Pat Connaughton coming off the bench with 11, so they didn't get much off the bench. George Hill with 5 points. Bobby Portis only played 15 minutes. What's up with that? Got off 6 shots. Or no, he scored 4 points. How many times did Portis shoot? Field goal attempts 7. 2 of 7. Okay. So that was a good game. Boston had to come from behind, and I think they figured out. They say Horford has a unique ability to play Antetokounmpo pretty tough, and guess that he did a great defensive job on him, forcing him if he had to take 32 shots to get his 34 points. So there was a time in the game where I saw Giannis dunked on Al Horford and kind of gave him a look. and then later on, Al Horford returned the favor and had that look that he wasn't happy with that. So I think Giannis actually got a technical foul for taunting on that, which I think is ridiculous. Some of these NBA rules are just crazy, in my opinion. Taunting, and all he did was gave him a little mean, you know how people look when they do something great, good dunk, they get the grimace, get the mean face. But that's the way it goes. So that series now tied 2-2. So this may indeed go 7 games, which would be good. Marcus Smart, I must say he hit some crucial shots. I like the way he got aggressive, went to the basket, back to some players down, and got a little jump hook inside. And I don't know why more players don't do that. I just don't understand that. But he did that a couple of times. Got inside, got aggressive, went to the basket. He took some three-point shot. Actually made some, 3-point shots also. So that wasn't, Smart had a good game. Grant Williams, who's started in place of Robert Williams, played 24 minutes, only had 9 points. Okay. Smart had 18, actually shot 8 for 13, so he shot good. 8 for 13, that's 63.5%, 61.5%. 2 for 3, and 2 for 3 from the three-point line. So he didn't take overly abundance of three-point shots. And so that's why I said he actually got aggressive and put the ball on the floor and got to the basket a couple of times, and like to see that. So I'm actually pulling for Boston. This will be the first time in my life I ever rooted for Boston. But if you ask me why am I rooting for Boston? I don't really know. But I'm rooting for Boston to beat Milwaukee Bucks. Maybe because I think Milwaukee won last year, and that's enough. We're going to get into the league MVP a little later on, but let me finish up on this playoff game here. Okay, who else play? Oh, the Memphis Grizzlies and Golden State Warriors. Warriors won that game 101-98. And Memphis, let me see. They hung around for a little while, but they got outscored in the fourth quarter by 10 points. they were up by 3 late in the fourth quarter, and I thought they had some very poor shot selections down the stretch. You know, Brooks and even Jaren Jackson, to me, had some poor shot selection down the stretch. They actually probably should have won that game. But Curry scored 32 points. Jaren Jackson led the Grizzlies with 21. Draymond Green had 11 rebounds. Steven Adams, now he was a change in the starting lineup for the Grizzlies, putting in Steven Adams. He had 15 rebounds. Dylan Brooks had 8 assists. Stephen Curry had 8 assists. Those were the game leaders. Field goal percentage wise, yeah, the Grizzlies got 41.7%, and Golden State shot 40%, so they actually shot worse. 3-pointers, 9 for 37 from Golden State, 24.3%. 9 for 35 for the Grizzlies, 25.7%. Free throws, Grizzlies shot 60%, 9 for 15, so they missed 6. Warriors shot 90%, 20 at 22. So, free throw line, that was part of it, them getting killed. Looking at the box score for Memphis, like I said, Steven Adams came in and did a nice job. 10 points, 15 rebounds. You know, maybe they found something in that lineup because they didn't play with Ja. Now, probably if Ja was playing, I can truly say they probably would have won the game because he would have took it over down the stretch, and they really didn't have anybody that could just take the ball and get a bucket, you know, down the stretch. Dylan Brooks couldn't do it. He's jacking up threes. Tyus could have. Tyus Jones could have, but I thought he should have been a little more aggressive than he was down the stretch. He scored 19 points, got 8 for 18. Brooks, terrible shooting night, 5 for 19. Jaren Jackson shot only 7 for 21. See, that shooting really killed him. Golden State, let me see, you had Wiggins 17, Klay Thompson 14 points, Curry 32, Draymond Green 2 points. Off the bench, they had Poole 14 points. Otto Porter now. Otto hit some key shots down the stretch, some key 3-point shots, scored 12 points. He actually shot 4 for 7, 4 for 6 from 3-point line. Otto Porter, 4 for 6, hit some key baskets. Curry shot 4 for 14 from the 3, so he wasn't his usual efficient self. Klay Thompson was 0 for 7. 0 for 7 from 3. So Memphis had opportunity. But now they're down 3-1, so there's no way Grizzlies can beat Golden State 3 straight. So you can right call this a wrap. But it was a good game. Both of those games were good. You know, went down, you know, to the end. So I like to see that. So let me see here. Let's look. Tonight we have 76ers and Miami Heat. And you have the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns, and both of these series are currently tied 2-2, 2 games apiece. 76ers come back from a 0-2 deficit, tied the series. Now 2-2, run 2 straight at home. So each team has really basically held their home court. So we're going to see what happens. They're going back to Miami. 76ers have a good opportunity to you know, win on the road. Now, the first 2 games, remember, Joe Embiid did not play. So apparently he made a difference, you know, when they tied that series up, the last 2 games. He hadn't really scored a lot, but his presence, you know, defensively and helping to spread, you know, the floor by drawing double teams, you know, that has really made a difference. So we'll see what happens here now. I thought Miami had sewed this series up. I mean, the first 2 games they looked so dominant, but I guess didn't realize the impact that Embiid would have on that team. And then 76ers missing Embiid was probably a bigger deal than I thought. I actually thought when Embiid came back, it still wouldn't make that much of a difference, but I stand corrected. It made a big difference. So now, I don't know. Miami's been having some difficulty, you know, with their outside shooting. You know, they've been effective because they made, you know, Tyler Hero and hitting shots. Duncan Robinson, who hasn't been playing that much, and I think it's because of his defense. Well, as a matter of fact, that's the other thing with Adebayo has been kind of dominated by Embiid, and so, you know, Adebayo is kind of a small guy anyway. I mean, he plays as a center, but you know, that's considered small ball. And if 76ers are smart, they'll keep taking advantage of that mismatch. Just pound it inside, you know, just get Adebayo out of there. Kyle Lowry is hurt. I understand he's not going to be playing. Jimmy Butler has been balling out. He just hadn't been getting too much help. So we'll see if Oladipo can make a difference and, you know, come in and do something, and see if Tyler Hero will return to his 6th man of the year form, because he hasn't really played up to that status yet. So this series may go 7 games. I wouldn't mind seeing it go 7. But I'm actually pulling for the 76ers on this one. I kind of feel sorry for Doc in a way. Because if he loses, wow. I mean, how much can you just roll on that one championship in 2008? That's all he's done, and he gets so much credit for that, boy. So once you win a championship, boy, it just builds your stature. But I think that that's a long time ago. I think you have to look at what's happening now. So we'll see what happens tonight. That's they play at 6:30. So TNT. Both of these games are going to be on TNT. Get to see the inside the NBA. Ernie, Charles, Shaq, and Kenny Smith. Funny show. Those guys are funny. Anyway, Dallas Mavericks and Phoenix Suns. Now this is one where I thought Phoenix was had the best record in the league, and they seemed to look so good. I mean, they were beating people, whether Chris Paul was in there or if Devin Booker was hurt, but and they won the first two games, and it looked like this would have been a possible sweep, but Dallas has figured something out. Luka has, Luka is a bad man. He knows how to play the game. Plus, has a very creative in terms of how he can get his shot off anytime. He can get to the basket. He got the little stutter dribble. He looks like he's going so slow, but he's so clever, knows how to use his bodies, and he must be pretty strong. But defensively, and I think I talked about this their last game, they have improved a lot. And then he got some help from Finney Smith and Brunson, those guys. So Luka continues to get the help. The Suns could be in trouble. Could be in trouble. Chris Paul. The thing about, and I said this before, the thing about older players, they can give you a super game, maybe once every other game or once every third game, but they ain't gonna give you a super game 2 in a row. And I think they kind of figured that out, with Chris Paul and Devin Booker's. I think he said he scored 35 the last time, I think, but they still held him in pretty much check. And so this where I thought this was going to be over in 5 or 6, this could actually go 7. We'll see if Dallas can win on the road. That's what's going to tell the story. So we'll be looking forward to that. So I think that's all I want to say about playoffs. So some of the controversial stories of the NBA. Okay, Jokic, the Joker won MVP. I was listening to a radio or on the YouTube. They were debating whether he deserved to win the MVP. And the top finishers, I think they had Embiid, Giannis, and the Joker. And so some people said, well, he shouldn't have won it. It should have been Embiid. Now, we know that, excuse me, we know there's no set criteria for, voting for the award. So people have their own subjective ideas about who should win. And, the arguments they were saying is that, and this was the show, what was that? Speak for Yourself or something with Marcus Wiley, Rick Bucher, and Emmanuel Ocho. And they were debating, I think Rick Bucher felt that Joker did deserve the MVP. Ocho thought that no, it should have been Embiid. Now, what they're saying, they look at Joker and see that he didn't have two of his main players, with him. And he, set some records in terms of PER and, double doubles and all this kind of stuff. And so that's probably why, in other words, he did more with less, theoretically, than Embiid did. Because Embiid, now this is the thing that really doesn't make any sense. They're saying that one thing that hurt Embiid was the fact that James Harden got traded. And once he got traded to the 76ers, then that meant that Embiid had help. He, his team wasn't hurt. And I said, that's ridiculous. Because you have to look at how Harden played. So to say that meant that the Joker did more with less because the 76ers acquired James Harden, that doesn't make sense to me. I think you have to look at the players individually, look at their games now. The one thing that Embiid has over the Joker, and everybody agrees, is defensively. So, Embiid, has an impact on the game both defensively and offensively. He actually, I think, was a league leading scorer. But if you ask me, I could go either way. I'm not upset that Joker won, because watching him play basketball is a thing to behold. The way, at his size, the way he can pass, handle the ball. Here you got somebody 7 foot bringing the ball up. His size as a center is just, and the way he passes, sets people up and can score. He can hit the three, score from the inside, back people down. He has a beautiful game. But on the other hand, Embiid has a nice, although I don't think Embiid is able to, does not take advantage of his dominance, his size and strength on the inside. He's spending a lot more time inside than he does, in my view, in my humble opinion. And so we'll see, what happens there. But so bottom line, it could go either way. Now, with the issue with Chris Paul and somebody supposedly physically touching his family, and I made a statement before that if it was just a matter of words, that you shouldn't give words the power. If somebody said something nasty, then you have to let that go. But it's a different situation if somebody's putting hands on you. So I haven't actually read the details of what actually was done to Chris Paul's family, his mother, or what. But you know, if somebody put their hands on him, that, you know, that's, I could see how that would make him very, you know, extremely angry. But that kind of situation, you know, the arena should definitely have done something, security, to you know, get that fan out of there, or something. Should be some kind of charges pressed. So anyway, guess that's all I got to say. And the NBA, looking forward to tonight's game, and we will see what happens. So, all for now. Talk to you later.